Hello everyone! I thought I'd give a brief tutorial on how I do some of my shorts transitions. Felt like a good YouTube video to make. I will be following the transitions that I use in this short that I made. Before doing any transitions, the first thing you want to do is separate your layers into the parts you want for the transitions. For this example, I made simpler named versions to use because my normal layers look like this. You also need to make sure that none of the layers you're using for the transition have a transparent background. To fix this, you can simply just merge the layer that you have onto a layer with a plain white background. For the first transition seen in the video, I made sure that the layers that I wanted to use, i.e. the sketch and line art layers in this case, were visible. On the line art layer, I hit the brush icon, went to filters, and then in the pixelate section, I used a tool called Pngtuber. I cranked the Pngtuber size up and the density down. I also made sure that before recording the transition, the Pngtuber settings were where they needed to be at the start. For the second transition scene, I used my colors and line art layers, so I had to make sure those two were visible. Then, for this one in specific, I moved my color layer above my line art layer. I made a blank layer in between and clipping masked my color layer to the blank layer. Then I used a custom brush that I had named Color. I simply made this by hitting the plus next to my normal brush and going to the settings section and renaming the brush Color. I also, for some extra pizzazz, went to the shape area and switched the shape of the bust to be rainbow so that it appeared in the bottom toolbar as a rainbow brush. Then I simply just drew on the blank layer to reveal the colors. The third transition in this video, I once again made a blank layer between my two layers. I drew a line on the blank layer this time though, and then clipping masked the layer I wanted to reveal, which in this case was my shading layer, onto that line. I also had to make sure that line was covering no important parts of the drawing, so that you also ended up with no weird areas showing on just the line. And then move the color layer below both of the other two layers. And to do the transition, I clicked on the layer with the line, clicked the transform button, and then just extended the image downwards. For the fourth transition, I once again made sure the layers I needed were visible, which in this case were my background layer and my shading layers. And then this one is the simplest of most of them. I just went to the eraser tool, switched the shape to splat, tapped the screen once, went back to that transform tool in the layers menu, and zoomed in. For the fifth and final transition, I used my background in my rendering layer, made sure both of them were visible, and then clicked on the layer above, in this case the background layer. I switched my eraser tool to the maple leaf pattern this time, and then just repetitively tapped my screen till everything was visible. To make sure everything was properly visible, I would normally stop my screen recording and open the layers menu to check if there was still stuff on the layer, and then if there was, I would just start recording again and continue tapping it away. Hope this helps y'all make some wonderful shorts, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Bye!